Today we're going to talk about compound sentences and some compound words. So, what a compound sentence is when you have a sentence, a complete sentence, and then you have another complete sentence, and you have a period at the end. But in the middle, right here, you have a word that connects them. So, some of the most common words are and, but, so, and or. These are the most common words that can connect a compound sentence. So a compound sentence might say something like, the boys ate the boys ate and um, the boys ate and they rested. Okay, it's a very simple complete sentence, but it's a complete sentence nonetheless. So a complete sentence has to have several parts. So for example, this is a very simple compound sentence, but let's go over the parts. So a compound sentence has two complete sentences, and a complete sentence is basically a subject and a predicate. So here we have the subject. So who? The boys. What did they do? They ate. So we have the subject, and we have the predicate. And again, we have on the other side, we have another subject, which is they, and we have another predicate. All right, and we have the punctuation mark at the end. And in the middle, we have something called a conjunction. So we have the and is a conjunction. So let's talk about the conjunctions, because I want to show you which is the correct conjunction to use when you are combining two sentences. So let's go ahead and get started with, we'll get started with and. And. So basically, and is when you're going to combine two things, usually two actions. So we could say, for example, action 1 plus action 2. So, and is basically you are sweeping the house and listening to music. All right, so you're doing two things. You're sweeping the house and you're listening to music. You're doing two actions. Okay, so now that we have and, we can move on to the next conjunction, which is but. But is opposites. So you could go as far as saying like opposites as in colors, white and black, day and night, moon and sun. I like to draw two arrows, one arrow going one way and the other arrow going the other way. And the reason for that is because it says, hey, we're going the opposite ways, okay? Another thing I like to draw on each side is I'll draw a happy face and then a sad face, or a sad face and then a happy face. Basically, like you get good news and you get bad news. So, for example, let's get some good news. I'm going to the mall, or I went to the mall. Oh, yay, we went to the mall, but I forgot my money at home. Oh, so we start off with like good news, and then we go to the bad news. You forgot your money at home. So again, the word but is when you are showing opposites. My brother got straight A's on his report card, but something opposite is coming. But I got failing grades. Okay, so we have and, we have but, and now we're gonna go on to so. So the word so means cause and effect. So I like to draw a little cause and effect box right here. Cause and effect is when something makes something else happen. Again, something makes something else happen. For example, there's water on the floor and I'm walking. So obviously, if I'm walking and I step on the water on the floor, I fall down. So we say, I was walking. I walked on a puddle, so I fell, or I slipped. So cause and effect. Cause and effect. Now, here's something, a little trick for students. And what I like to do is I also like to go backwards. And I'll say, hey, if you're going backwards, we could use the word because. Because is the opposite of so. The opposite of so. So we'll say, I slipped and fell because there was water on the floor. So you see, you went backwards. There was water on the floor, so I slipped and fell. So So that's just a little trick for sewing because both of them are connecting words, some sort of conjunctions, different types of conjunctions, but they're both conjunctions and they both connect sentences. Okay. And the last one is or. And what I tell my students is or is when you don't know what choice to take. You have choice A, choice B. I'll usually draw a burger and a slice of pizza. So, hey, do you want a burger or do you want pizza? Again, these are the four most common. These are the four most common conjunctions for compound sentences. Okay, now that you know what they mean, let's go over something that we use in school for the students to remember compound words. Many times we'll say like fanboys. Those are the fanboys. And fanboys, we start with like the word for, that's a conjunction. And we went over the word and the reason we didn't do the word for is because we really don't use the word for as a conjunction anymore. It was used many, many years ago. We might still use it, but not like we used to. Nor, not very common, but very common. Or, very common, yet, sort of the same thing as but and so. So these are our conjunctions. Again, the most common ones are the ones I went over. So these are the ones that usually we get tested on. Sorry, not the word yet. I don't know why that got circled. We'll erase that. Okay, so now we have our conjunctions, the fanboys. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about the sentence structure one more time because there's something I want to add now that we know how the sentence structure looks. So we have a complete sentence, we have something in the middle, and then we have another complete sentence. Something in the middle called a fanboy. And the fanboy, or a conjunction, or the connecting word, needs to be in the middle to connect both sentences. Each sentence should have a subject and a predicate, a subject and a predicate. Now, what is the new thing that we're going to be adding? The new thing is, well, not only a subject and a predicate, but also when we do have two complete sentences, we need to separate them with a fanboy and a comma before the fanboy. Because we are taking a pause there. A pause to say, hey, we're taking a break because we're done with this sentence or this part of the sentence, but we're not done with the whole sentence. Like I'm not going to place my period because I'm not done. Okay, let's do some examples. Let's do like 2 or 3 examples. Let's do the word but. Actually, let's do the one about I went to the store but I forgot my money in the car. Or I went to the store now, but I forgot my money in the car. We have placed the period, and now we have a compound sentence. We have a compound sentence. We have a compound word, and now we have to place a comma. Where does the comma go? Right before the conjunction. Let's break it down into its parts. What color should I use? Let's choose a nice color. Let's do green because we can barely see yellow. So who are we talking about in this sentence? We're talking about I. Okay, that's my subject. Okay, what did I do? I went, but that's just my verb. Let's do the whole predicate. Went to the store. That's my predicate. Okay, that's my first complete sentence. I could just place a period there and say, I went to the store, period. I forgot my money in the car. But it just doesn't connect well, not without that compound word. So we're going to do it again. Who? I, because I'm still talking about myself. And what did I do? I forgot. That's my verb, but let's do the whole predicate. My money in the car. That's the second predicate. They're combined with the word but, which is your conjunction. Conjunction or your connecting word or fanboy. We can call it whatever. It's a connecting word. I like to call it a connecting word because there's just so many words that connect sentences together. Let's do one with so. Let's think of a good one. It rained all day, so we could not go to the park. Okay, So we have compound sentence. Let's break it up. No, not yet. Let's look at the connecting word. We got the connecting word. Now let's go ahead and find the comma. The comma goes right before the connecting word. Now let's break it up into its pieces. We should have a subject. It. That's your subject. What did it do? Well, it rained all day. That's the predicate. So that's a complete sentence right there. On the other side, we have we. That's the other subject. And one could not go to the park. That's your predicate. So that's basically how you write complete compound sentences. So compound sentences. Again, just real quick, structure before we leave. We have a complete sentence. We have a fanboy in the middle, complete sentence, period, punctuation, and the comma right before the fanboy. Thank you. If you like this content, if you understood it, you know what to do. Like the video, that would really help. I'm going to be going everything that's grammar, reading. I'm going to eventually be doing some Spanish science, a bunch of videos. Please follow me. Everything educational. If you want to learn English, if you want to get better at English, like I am here to work all this stuff out. Thank you guys. Subscribe. Bye.